Yeah.
Took shrooms at Disneyland, and there was like this.
That sounds amazing.
Strike that from the record.
Redacted. I just
that does
redacted
not
at
include in the story.
Disneyland.
There was like
Not included in the story.
a 7-year-old woman that came in wearing like lime green, like just walking through, and I was like, garbage Barbie. And then I was like, oh, okay, put that down.
I was gonna say a placeholder, but then it was like, no, it's actually really
Yeah,
cool.
we'll keep it. Everyone we run into is always like, that's a sick band name.
I think that was the only
Did
one.
we have
That was
it?
the only one.
Yeah. No other serious contenders.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Maybe
Well,
Bug Church.
Bug?
I've never
That was in
I've
my
never
head.
heard that.
That was in my head.
that was never an option.
that
That was never an option, brother.
Bug Church.
Masochism, I guess.
It's like raunchy.
Yeah.
And fun.
I think it
and
just,
it was kind of just like a bunch of. I remember I was at Lux Central. Write that down.
Yeah.
Lux Central in Phoenix, and I just like I wanted to write lyrics. I took some of Fletcher's lyrics that he had already wrote, and then I just wanted to like write words that are uncomfortable to say, that just
Yeah.
like feel gross in your mouth,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Spit soak marinade. Oh, dirty clean, licky
Yeah.
dirty clean.
Dirty clean.
We just tried to see how much we could get away for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, or from it.
Making love to a stovetop serenade.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
So I'm just playing
Originally
on
it was
it.
like
Yeah.
fever bomb and a hand grenade, making love to a stovetop serenade. It's like the idea of like 2 bombs just like on a burner and just like waiting for that to like
Young
blow
Love. I
up.
like
I
to
love
pull the
that.
pin on a hand grenade.
Yeah,
Come
pulled
on.
it. Yeah, and then Bray was like, "How about that?" And I was like, oh, "Okay, yeah, that's nice."
Yeah, just something fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have to always have meaning. I just want people to be like, what the hell are they talking about?
Yeah.
And I think that's why we try to make the chorus just very like,
Yeah.
why won't you give it to me? Like,
So simple.
Yeah.
It's like the rest of the song is like all over the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple,
yeah.
catchy chorus.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of it was like personal experience too. Like fell asleep on the sectional. Like you're waiting for somebody to come over and then they like just don't. And you're just like
Fuck.
passed out. And you wake up like at 3 a.m. The fire's on. You're like,
Damn.
oh shit. All right. Okay.
Oh.
Cool. Well, I'm too tired to even be upset. So.
Dude, tons.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone pulls from different things. Like,
Yeah.
we all have like a similar music taste, but definitely like we have our own pockets where like, yeah, we just, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what makes our writing process fun too, is because we all pull from so many different things. Whether it's like Fletcher the night before watched a movie and he gets like this idea, or like Anson hears a song, he's like, I want to try this, or like Dan's listening to a certain album at a certain time, and he's like, I really like this thing that this band did. We can all like combine those ideas and kind of make them our own and put them into whatever we're working on at that moment.
Yeah.
It's a really cool way to write. I don't really know a lot of bands that do that the way that we do,
Yeah.
and it just makes really productive sessions for us.
I feel like we, even though we come from like different pockets, we all collectively like chase uncomfortability, and so that's what inspires us the most. Like anything that sounds like very like uneasy to listen to, and
Yeah.
then like somebody would like Dan would like produce it a little bit more. And it's like, oh, that's sick, and Brayden would just like hit something or like play something in an unconventional way, and someone come in and like mess up a bass tone, and then I just love like irony in lyrics and just I don't know, a lot of experience. We keep on saying we live just like very weird lives, and so there's a lot of just words that we'll hear on a daily basis to pull from, and so I think that's always fun. We like to push a little bit edgy but still make it accessible.
Wow.
That's a good question.
Really good question.
That's a really good question.
I guess for me, it's just like I've been in a lot of other bands, so this is the first group that feels like closest to the music that I would just make myself if I wasn't in a band, or like the closest musically authentic thing to me, where I just feel like I don't have to like change the way that I like to play or like approach writing, where that's how it's always been in the past. It's like, oh, like we're this kind of band, so we can't write stuff like that, or we can't, make art with that kind of theme or things like that. So it's nice just I think it's just being as like artistically authentic to myself.
Yeah.
And it still is in line with how everyone else feels.
Yeah.
That's what's most important to me with
What garbagebarbie represents, all of this like encompasses the community that we have.
Yeah.
Because all the people that we hang out with, all the people, like all of our friends, like those people are also Garbage Barbie to us because they're like family and they've been there from the beginning, and the community aspect is really important to us too. Like we wouldn't be playing the shows we were playing if we didn't have those people behind us, you know? Like we couldn't do it without all the people who come to our shows and stream our music or just want to be a part of creating with us. Like all that stuff is really important to us as well.
And a lot of the people that support the band are also like we met here at Crawford's. Like they're
That's
not
so
like
sick.
they're not in music people. They're just like
It's like natural connection.
yeah, they're just like
organic connection.
locals we've met, and they just are like, when's the next show? Oh, we're gonna be there, of course. Like
So
without
sick.
fail, they're all there, which
Yeah.
is so cool to see.
Yeah, it's the reason I think that we're even still around, honestly. Like, we just did that first show of like, oh, okay, cool, and then like it happened, we're like, whoa, okay.
Well,
We
literally
actually
the-
have people that are gonna
Yeah, well,
show
we
up.
literally like did the first show, and we literally were sitting here like eating and thinking
Yeah.
like, what's the next show gonna be? Like we literally had no idea
Yeah.
because we like you know put so much work into the first one, and then literally Matt, the owner, came and was like, you guys should need to do a show here. We're like, okay. And then the second show ever was here, and we packed it out, and it was super cool and special.
It's the start of it.
So, you know, we come back here, we get our chops up again, we have a great show, great crowd, and then we go out and do shows in other places.
This place really grounds us.
These
It's
are my
like-
favorite shows.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
year.
yeah.
One of my favorites, truthfully, is like honestly not because you're here, but like.
And I was like, don't say Mickey. just
No,
'cause
dude,
I'm here.
honestly, was because in my opinion, the first time we got good crowd interaction
Yeah.
was the opening spot at the Troubadour, because the fan like.
They have
you
crazy
know,
fans. They're
yeah,
awesome.
the fans were just so
Yeah.
good, and it was just like wow, like I think that was the first time we got a taste of that, where it was
Mhm.
like we're nobodies to these kids, and they're like just down for the
Mhm.
music, and they're down to be there.
Yeah, they treated
And-
us like family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
like
was
even
crazy.
people that come to our shows like necessarily do that. So
Yeah.
don't do that at the time.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
we're still new. They're our crowds are sick now, but
Yeah,
at the time they're
yeah.
still like-
Cut that out, cut that out.
Yeah, sorry. Edit that.
I think that, at least for me, like playing the Troubadour after all that happened, it was like I think 6 months in to like starting to play live shows, and to
Yeah.
have like Mickey like open up that door for us, and just to get that response, it just gave us such like confidence and just
True.
conviction to keep on like moving forward.
I feel like it helps us almost play better too.
Mhm.
It helps me play better because it's like, oh, I'm not still Anson tonight, but like
Yeah.
like a different version of it where I don't have to be so like wrapped up in my own head because I'm just someone else tonight. You know, it's like I get to be unhinged and
Yeah.
do and say all the things that I wish I could do during the day, but I'm not allowed to.
Even saying, let's just be an exaggerated version of
Yeah.
ourselves on stage.
So sick.
Yeah.
It's like none
We
of
all
us
kinda have stage fright a little
yeah,
bit too.
oh
you know,
yeah.
it's like-
Aw.
yeah, this is like the first group that I've ever like sang in front,
Really?
yeah, with, and so I think that you almost have to turn on this persona to be like, okay, cool, and then like you know,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just
Yeah.
it's scary being on stage, especially when it's like this tight community
Terrifying.
too.
Mhm.
But I think that we all get up there and we all are just so tight with each other, and just like outside of band, that's just like best friends, and so that's kind of like, oh, we
Aw.
can be our like weird selves in front of each other, and like
Yeah.
that's what we almost encourage and we want to see. Live on TV thing, I feel like that's a fun thing that we're really
Yeah,
like,
we're
after.
kind of playing into like AI right now and kind of like a faux talk show type thing, and I think
Sick.
people are really enjoying it.
Well, we did a thing with Non Plus Ultra where we had this idea of like live on TV, like what would it be like if we were just on Letterman or something
Yeah.
like that. And then like Brace kind of hinted at like we love just the funny use of AI, and like
Mhm.
pointing out the absurdity of it. So just downloaded Letterman's voice, started like just for fun typing in random things, and then making each other
Letterman
laugh with it.
endorsed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then we're like, oh, okay, what if he like interviewed us? And it went well, and we're just like kind of redoing it, and like not even redoing it, but re-upping it in a certain way, like bringing
just making it
more.
better.
Yeah,
It's the
bringing
next
more
chapter
ideas.
of the Letterman story.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah. I think it kind of like it's a way for people to not just go see music.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like it's like a whole
Theatrical.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
a whole theatrical show too. I think it kind of adds another element, gives people another reason to come.
Definitely.
It's like, they're not just gonna come see a band, like they're gonna come see us do some weird shit.
Yeah,
I think people like that.
It's also cool that it's like I feel like usually with those types of shows that like you have to go see like a bigger artist at like a really big venue
Yeah.
to pull off like
Yes.
with like little bits and like props and like
Yeah.
we're like, well, we don't have that kind of money, so let's just start doing that now in a
Mhm.
DIY setting. What would
Yeah.
that look like?
Exactly.